Well, alrighty, everybody. As you can see from the picture that is showing up on the screen, I have made it. I have made it out of the obese zone. I am now overweight. Hello, everybody. My name is Thomas. I'm 28 years old, 5 foot 8 inches tall, and I work a regular warehouse job. I started this YouTube channel January 2nd of this year, 2024. To basically document my weight loss journey. The goal was really simple. I wanted to be consistent with my uploads, and basically that was it. I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't really know what that entailed, what that was going to look like, and how I was going to do it. But basically, I set myself that goal once a week, every week, and then eventually get down to 175 pounds. As we can see, we're getting pretty darn close. Finally under 200 pounds. This is very exciting and a long time overdue, that's for sure. So what I want to do before we dive into this video, because this is a big video today, is I kind of want to talk a little bit about sort of myself and maybe get you guys to understand a little bit. Like I said, beginning of the year, 326.6 pounds. Now, as of today, what is it? October 28th, 2024, I'm down to 197.4 pounds. My diet was probably very relatable to what a lot of you guys have. Highly processed foods, too many of them, and not a whole lot of exercise. Basically non-existent. I am active. I always have been active at my work, but basically outside of that, that was pretty much it. And so what I wanted to kind of talk about is how I finally made this transition from being morbidly obese, not just obese, morbidly obese, to overweight within that span of 9 months, I'm pretty sure it is, like 9 months. So started, of course, like I said, from a very bad position. If we look at the BMI chart, you'll see that I started right at the end there, almost off the side of the paper, and now I'm down into that first yellow zone, that first overweight zone. I got 3 of those to get through, and then I'll be in the green. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of hope. There wasn't a whole lot of optimism. It was just me in front of the camera, basically telling you guys that I'm going to do my best, and that's about as much as I'm going to promise. I am going to go ahead and do the shirt off now, kind of early in the video, so that we can take a look and see what we've got to work with today. So, all right. So this is me on, like I said, October 28th of 2024. What I'll do is I'll kind of stand here in the center. Off to this side, we'll have me at the beginning of the weight loss journey, 326.6 pounds. And then this is me sort of halfway through, like at the halfway point of my journey. The total I had to lose is 151 pounds. So that picture is about half of that. So 75 pounds, I think, something like that. So yeah, this is me. This is how I look now. Definitely far from perfection. That is for sure. But we are getting there slowly but surely. So with that being said, let's get the shirt back on. Okay, so now that you see me, you guys have the proof right there. You guys can go back and watch all of my videos. So that's something leads me to my next point. If losing weight is important to you, if seeing real-time results is something that is important to you, I encourage you guys to go ahead and please hit that subscribe button. That way you guys can go ahead and be notified for all future videos, and you can also find me and then just go back and check me out at various stages of my weight loss journey. So with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and let us dive in. I think the first thing to kind of cover in this is goals. I think goals are incredibly important to have. Goals are kind of the things that we use to orient ourselves on. Like a destination on a map, we need a goal to know what we're shooting for and where we're shooting for. My goals were really simple. That was get down to a healthy body weight. 175 pounds is a number that I felt really comfortable with. I felt I haven't been this weight in a very long time. I feel like it's really good. Looking at how I look, sort of shirtless as you just saw, and knowing that I am only 22 pounds away from my goal, I am starting to wonder, the closer I get, if I might need to move that goalpost a little bit more, maybe get down into the 160s, possibly the 150s. but we will see. Right now, my goal is 175. So I don't want to be considered obese anymore. I'm glad that portion of my life is behind me. And it was also to get healthy vitals, so blood pressure and then blood sugar at O2 saturation, things like that. Another one was to fit into a medium-sized shirt. And then the final one, which is one of the most important ones for me, is to kind of just feel comfortable in my body. The biggest example that I've listed in this channel, and that hasn't changed, is going to the beach. I've never felt comfortable in my body, in my skin, whether it's been my belly, whether it's been my man boobs. So I just wanted to get to a point where I was feeling comfortable with myself and how I looked. So those were my goals. I'll have them written up here. My weight loss kind of inadvertently, whatever you want to call it, it just kind of morphed into 3 stages. And so what we'll do is we'll go over each one of those. That's the beginning, the middle, and the end. And just in case I leave anything out, I've got my notes written here. Just in case I leave anything else, I'm going to have a copy of this transcript down in the description below. So if you want to refer back to that, check it out. These dates and these times aren't 100% accurate. I tried to give you guys as close as possible without getting too specific. So I apologize for that, but they're about as close as I was able to kind of figure it out. So let's dive into the beginning. The beginning of the weight loss journey is kind of, I think, almost the scariest part. That's just because for me, I had failed every single weight loss attempt up until that point. I kind of came at it from nothing but negative experiences. I'd only ever failed. And so there was a big part of me that was, really kind of scared. What am I going to do? What is this going to look like? And is this even possible? So the first thing I did was cleared house, cleared the table, got rid of all of the stuff that I thought that I knew about weight loss. The way that I saw it is I hadn't succeeded up until this point. So what I knew or thought I knew was probably not going to be very valuable for me. I did what I think a lot of people might do. I referred to the internet. I did a sort of a deep dive towards the end of December and the beginning of January. That's when I kind of really just binged pages and pages and Reddit articles and Quoras and everything, where I would find all these different groups and I would kind of get their opinion. And one of the most resounding answers that I got or that I found or that I saw was, weight loss is very simple. It is calories in versus calories out. There was a lot more to it, but I felt like that was like the perfect way to start because that is the simplest thing ever. Calories in versus calories out. If you eat less than you consume, if you eat less than you burn, then you are going to lose weight. And so I felt like that was the kind of the first step on my weight loss journey. So that's what I started to do. I went and I found a website, calculator.net. I'll link that down in the description below. Basically, you punch in your information, your height, your weight, your exercise level, and it gives you kind of different examples of your caloric intake. So if you want to maintain your weight, you're going to have X. If you want to lose weight, you're going to have Y. If you want to lose a lot of weight, you're going to pick Z. And so that's what I use, and that's what I continue to use to this day. So I found like I said, that app, and then I gave myself a caloric goal for the day, each day, and then that's just what I went with. So the beginning phase lasted from January to the end of March, sort of beginning of April. So for those months, that was what my focus on. My focus was on just keeping myself and getting myself to believe that I can keep to a certain caloric amount, right? What I did was it just gave me that idea that if I was going to lose weight, that I needed to do it by the numbers, right? Not by off of what I was feeling or what I was thinking. Numbers are what matter in this game. And so getting that down was the biggest thing in those couple of months. The middle, this is where things start to get a little bit more, not complicated, but a little bit more detailed. So at this point, I've got my calories, I've got that honed in. I'm getting into a good rhythm. I'm getting into a good system. And now, not only do I want to lose weight, I also want to start to make my body a little bit healthier. So instead of just focusing on that calorie deficit, I'm also focusing on what foods can I eat that can really just help my body, help my mind, help my sleep, things like that. And so that's when I kind of focus a lot more on what actually I'm eating as opposed to how much I'm eating. And this is also where a little bit of exercise is starting to kind of drop in there a little bit. And this isn't scripted or scheduled or planned. The exercise just kind of came as I was feeling it. You know, I feel like I got some energy. Let's go out and do something. So again, kind of really starting off with those baby steps and trying not to bite off more than you can chew right from the get-go. With that being said, just to kind of go into that, leafy greens, chicken, and tuna, those were my big things. Those were my big staples for a lot of my meals. And so once I've got that down, that's kind of mid-April to August. And so from August onwards, from the end of August, beginning of September up until now, that's what I'm going to call the end. Now the end is, like I said, from August, the end of August, to when I reach my goal weight. So I'm kind of in that final phase of my weight loss. So this is going to be, my calories are constantly being adjusted. Every about 15 to 20 pounds is what I've been doing because I had so much weight to lose. So get back onto that calculator app every few pounds or so, and just put in that information a little bit and update it every now and then, because your calories are going to have to decrease as your weight goes down. So I've got my calories down, I've got my diet down. This is now when my workout routine really starts to kick in. Now I have a workout routine, and it might not look like what a lot of you guys might see on other videos, on other Instagram or TikTok or Facebook videos. But this is what my schedule looks like. Again, look in the description below if you want to see it in detail. But so Monday through Saturday, I go for an outdoor walk, and that can range from 2 to 5 miles. And the goal there is to really get my heart going, enjoying the nature, enjoying just that fresh air. And I walk at a brisk pace. Basically, I would say just short of a jog. So a power walk, a speed walk, whatever you want to call that. Monday through Saturday, so 6 days a week. Monday through Sunday, I have an indoor jog. That's where I jog on the spot. I get something good on the TV. That can range from 30 minutes to an hour. And that's what you'll see me doing, jogging on the spot. That's in addition to my outdoor walk. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that's when I do my dumbbell exercises. So that's about 15 to 20 minutes with varying exercises with varying weights. So almost every day I'm walking outside. Every day I'm running inside. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week, that's when I'm doing my dumbbell exercise. I'm starting to notice that my arms here are starting to get a little loose, a little sagging skin. That's all right. You know, I'm fine with that. And hopefully those dumbbell exercises, that's what that can help with. And also building up some muscles here. So we'll see. So we've got the beginning, we got the middle, we got the end. So this is what I'm going to be doing here on out. What does my diet look like? Again, that's kind of an important question. What is it that I'm eating? How much am I eating? And stuff like that. Just like the stages, my diet has also gone through stages. It's gone through refining, changes, adjustments. And if your diet looks like that as well, you're probably doing something right. Because like losing weight and like adjusting your calories every few months or every certain amount of pounds, you're going to want to adjust your diet to fit your needs as you change. So in the beginning, I was having 3 meals a day, smaller and lighter meals packed with protein. Again, chicken and tuna being kind of like the big ones. That was keeping me full. It was doing a pretty good job, actually. And the cravings did hit really hard. It was really hard to not go back and, stop off at the fast food places on the way home from work and things like that. The middle, that's when things started to really change for me. Like I said, that's that mid-April to August. my body was starting to feel a lot less hungry. And so I was actually only usually having about 2 meals a day, sometimes 3, again, in the nature of being honest, I want to stress that. But for the most part, I was having about 2 meals per day. And then I was also having 2 cheat meals a week. So that was Wednesday night and then Saturday night. Again, just wanted to get that out there and to kind of share, because there's also, the cheat meals as well. That's a big part of this as well. And then at the end, which is now, I'm typically doing 1 meal a day. That is kind of my thing. It's not a strict OMAD diet, but basically I eat when I'm hungry. And for the most part, I can get a full day, before getting hungry and before feeling the need to eat. And so I'll typically only have a dinner on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So weeknights only pretty much OMAD. And then on Saturday, that's when I have my cheat meal. That's when I make myself a burger, or I go out and I get something that I want. As long as it's staying within those calorie parameters that I set, I tell myself, you know what? Have fun, enjoy yourself. And then on Sundays, I will eat a lunch and a dinner. It's not a cheat meal, but I just wanna be able to have a nice lunch with my wife on the Sunday. Just kind of a nice way to enjoy the weekend before going to work. So we'll usually cook something up. There'll be lots of veggies, some protein, stuff like that. Try and keep it healthy. I no longer have regular soda. I can't tell you the last time I had just a full, like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew. But I do have diet soda. That's a big help to me. It kind of gets that sweet tooth, that craving, that craving of a flavored drink down, and I enjoy it. And that usually happens with dinner. So I'll have a caffeine-free soda. That's been, again, a big help for me. Very enjoyable, very pleasant. And then in the mornings, I just have black coffee. Sometimes I have a little bit of creamer, but that's becoming less and less. My mind is actually starting to make these decisions. I used to love putting in creamer. I used to get sugar-free at the beginning of this, but now my mind's like, well, I don't really need it. I don't really want it. So let's just go without, save the chemicals and the sweeteners and stuff like that. So my mind is starting to do a lot of work and making those decisions for me. And so it's become a lot easier for me. A big thing is my sweet intake has gone, not to say that I don't have sweets. I've fallen in love with Halo Top. I'll have that once, maybe twice a month. And that's kind of my, every now and then, it's like, there's been a really good day, really productive or something, I'll have that with my cheat meal. But again, my caloric goals, like if I'm at, 1,500 calories a day, then that 300 or 350 calories that's in that Halo Top, that's coming out of there. So again, enjoy yourself, but live within your means, right? Money or health, it's the same thing. Live within your means. So that's my diet. That's what that looks like. And if you have any questions, please feel free to answer me. And so one of the things that I'd like to stress before I get to my final section, my final topic of this, is what works for me and what I've done is not going to be a guarantee of a carbon copy of success for you. Like I said, my numbers speak for themselves. I don't feel like I have to explain myself to anybody who's telling me that I'm not doing it the right way. I'm moving more, I'm eating less, I'm eating healthier, and I have a couple of vices that I still enjoy, and I don't plan on giving those up because I like them. But just because I am walking 6 days a week, jogging on the spot 7 days a week, and doing all this stuff, it doesn't mean that you're going to sustain the weight loss like I have. It might work differently for you, and if that does, I apologize. But I think it's just really important to understand, and I mean truly understand, that everybody is different, and we all feel and lose weight in our own way. It's just the way that it is, unfortunately. So just take everything I say with a grain of salt. And this isn't dietary advice. I'm just kind of trying to share with you as honestly as I can. So with that being said, before we of course check out the board, my final piece here is going to be my advice and my tips to you. First one is, give yourself a hard goal, like a number. Give yourself a real number to shoot for. And my number I picked was going to be what I thought was going to be my end number, 175 pounds. As I've gotten closer, like I've said, I've realized that I may have to shift that goalpost a little bit, but I wanted to give myself a number that I wasn't going to have to go back and readjust every few months. So I said, I'm at 326. I want to get down to 175. That is going to be the number that's going to keep me going for the next few months. So that's been a big help for me. And so I would recommend that for you as well. Another thing I'd say is find a YouTuber to keep you inspired and to give you plenty of watch material for your gym time / workouts. Now, I love that so many of you guys tune in and subscribe to my videos. I love it. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to hope that I can be a source of inspiration and hopefully amusement and joy for you as well. Again, I'm not perfect. So what I like to do is I like to find videos. So if I'm about to hit that 30-minute workout, I'll get either a TV show on or a YouTuber. So find somebody that creates content that you enjoy, something that you can do to pass the time, that time that you're going to spend. And there will be a lot of time spent when you add it all up on the treadmill or out running or out walking. Find somebody that can give you an outlet for you to watch something or listen to something that is just resonates with you and lets you, maybe get your creative gene flowing or answer some questions for you. That's something that I recommend. The third is the big point that I make is don't be too hard on yourself. I truly mean this. Weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint. What we're trying to do is we're trying to build habits that are going to be sustained over a lifetime and also destroy habits that are usually habits of a lifetime. Now, you are going to have setbacks, some of us more than others. I've been very fortunate in my journey, but don't be too hard on yourself. Whether you've got on the scale and you're down on yourself because you haven't lost as much weight as you would have liked or would have hoped, don't be too hard on yourself. Seriously, you're doing something with your life. You're doing something productive. So just hold that near and dear to your heart and know that you're doing the right thing. One of the things that I've also wanted to stress in this, and this ties into the don't be too hard on yourself, is my wife recently, she's been trying to lose weight and just get out and get moving. And she's been having a really hard time because she's seeing a lot of influencers on TikTok who are taking Mounjaro and Ozempic, and they're seeing a lot of progress really quickly. One of the things that I tell my wife is you got to understand, you're seeing a 30-second or a minute-long clip that does not represent the reality of life. Now, I'm not saying that they haven't lost that kind of weight, but what I'm trying to say is things happen for a reason. And if your weight loss journey is taking a little bit longer, that's okay. Don't stress out about it, okay? And so the final point that I wanted to make here is really try and dig down deep and figure out what it is that caused you to get to where you were in the first place. Whether that is, whether you need just a group of friends, whether you need to find like a sports club, whether you need to talk to a therapist. There is a reason that a lot of us just go down this rabbit hole of binge eating, of overeating, of junk food, addiction, right? And usually there's a deeper trauma there. And so what I would encourage a lot of you guys to do is really try and do some serious soul searching and figure out what it is, what led you down that path, and try and, use this getting lighter, getting healthier to really also focus on the health up here, because that's really important. So with that being said, if you guys don't want to watch the board anymore, I just want to thank you all so much for watching. But for those of you who do, let's go ahead and check on the board. Alrighty, so from 326.6 pounds down to 197.4. So we've lost a total weight of 129.2 pounds, almost 130, very close, very excited, with a target weight of 175 pounds. I need to lose 151 pounds to get to my goal. I am only 22.4 pounds away from that. So if we look down here, we're getting very close. November is right here. It's kind of exciting. We went from 726 views up to 751. 31,100 views to 32,078 views. Very exciting for me. Watch time also went up from 1,986.6 hours to 2,052 hours. So growth is happening. It's very exciting. Sometimes when you look at the weeks where you get 1 or 2 or 3 subscribers, it can sometimes be disheartening and tough to see. But then in the big picture, you got to take a step back and you got to look. There's 751 folks that want to watch the videos. There's 32,000 people that already have seen the videos. There's 2,052 hours of you that people are watching, and that's a good feeling. It's a very humbling feeling. So if you're ever having doubts about yourself, leave a comment down below, because I know that we have a great community of people out there who just want to help. So with that being said, everybody, you all can do it. Thank you all so much for your support, for your love, for your encouragement. It's greatly appreciated. I hope that when I respond to all these comments that you guys know just how much I value you. So thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon. Alrighty, bye-bye.